Ooh, bloody hell, that's heavy. Hello. So, Mike's just came and delivered this to me. It's a chair. Mesh office chair, because I'm doing exams at the moment, and so, well, my mum kindly bought me a chair, thanks mum. I've never put a chair together before. This is a Type C office chair for indoor use. Please check you've got everything. Fingers crossed. I just wanted to have a chat, really. I'm currently in the middle of editing the New York vlog that I recorded with Sophie, but all of the footage is on completely different devices. Literally every single thing that we recorded is either on my phone, on my big camera, or on my little camera. Since it's all separate, trying to get it all together is like the biggest pain in the arse ever. Bloody hell. I'm gonna start with the leg thing because that just seems like the logical place to start. So right, I went and met up with someone the other week and we got chatting about cars, and I realised very suddenly that I've crashed my car, or cars, a significant amount in the past. More than most people, apparently. I didn't realise that after 2.5 years of driving, that crashing, well, having minor bumps, let's say, a total of 4 times? 4 times was like not normal. I had no idea. How on earth do you do these wheels? You just put them in? Oh. Oh, well that's pretty simple. Okay. Let's start with the first car that I ever had. Now, the first car I ever had was a 2006 Renault Clio. I absolutely adored her and I called her Bertha because she was kind of one of those cars that you expected to break down every once in a while. Quite a hefty thing. So I called it Bertha because I kind of wanted like a old name that I could yell at it to be like, come on Bertha, like to get up hills. Very similar to, you know, like Chee Chee Bang Bang, but that name was already, you know, kind of copyrighted. Does it literally just go in? Do I not have to like, don't have to screw it in or nothing? I'm guessing not. There we go. And apparently that just goes on top. Okay. This was the first ever car accident I got into with me as a driver. I've been in ones in the past when I was young. Me and my mum were going to a birthday party, so we were travelling from our town to Newcastle that evening, and I was like, oh, I'm still a kind of new driver. I'll drive us, like, dead exciting. Is that the bug? Mum was like, oh, go to like the shops beforehand to like get some wine or something. And so I nipped off to Mini Tesco, and I never used to park at Mini Tesco. I used to always park like on the bank rather than go into the car park because it was like ridiculously laid out. And so I never used to park in there because I was like, bitch, you gonna crash. Foreshadowing. I was in a rush and I was like, you know what, I can't be asked to like find a car parking space on the street. I'll just park in the car park because, you know, that's what it's designed for. So I ran in, got my stuff, ran out, turned on the car, looked in the rearview mirror, didn't see anyone coming, and so started reversing out. And so imagine, I'm reversing out like this, and then all of a sudden, I just hear doomph. And it wasn't like a crash, it was like, just kind of a ooh. And I was like, oh shit. And I turned round and I looked. I clearly see that I've hit somebody. He was in like a blue Peugeot, and the guy who I can only describe as looking like Hulk Hogan was sat in the car looking out in fury, clearly because some dicks just hit him. I had just learned how to drive, like I was 17, and so I switched off the car and was like shaking, and I got out of the car and I walked to the back and I looked at his car, and all I could see in the back right hand side door there was just this ginormous dent that was like this, like pregnant belly shaped bump. And I just looked at it and I looked at him and I looked at the dent, and then I was like, oh my god. And I just started crying. I fell to the floor and I just started absolutely sobbing my heart out. So yeah, I was like, oh my god, they're going to put my insurance through the roof, I'll never drive again. And he came over, and clearly, originally, his heart, he was like he looked very like angry at me. So yeah, so he's just faced with this teenage girl on the floor sobbing uncontrollably, having a panic attack, didn't know what to do, I couldn't see the world anymore. I just felt like I'd been sucked into a void. And you know when you like have those moments where you're like, I wish I could go back in time, and like, you know, so I was sat there and I was like, why did this happen? Why can't we go back in time and pretend this never happened? So I'm sat there crying. I must have been sat on the floor for like a good 2-3 minutes before this woman who was wearing like, do you know those dead bird hats? They're just like covered in feathers. Middle-aged women wear them at weddings. And she just like came over to me and was like on the floor with me like, it's okay darling, it's okay pet, don't worry about it. We can fix it, everything's fixable. And I was just on the floor like, I'll never drive again. This dude's just like, he came over to me and he's like, are you alright? Like, look, can you just give me your details because bitch needs to peace out. And I was like, can I ring my mom? Okay, so that was the first time I crashed. The two crashes between these major-ish ones weren't too bad. I was in a multi-storey car park at the Metro Centre. I ended up trying to get into space at a completely wrong angle and bumped into like some of the bumper stuff that prevents you from, you know, hitting the actual wall. What was really good about Bertha is her panelling. You could just kick it back into place. Like the amount of times that I had minor bumps like these two and just kicked the panelling back into place and it was like nothing had happened. The other minor bump was I reversed into a lamppost in the middle of the night. Don't know how I did it, but I did. And you know, lampposts are pretty big, but no, directly into it. This was not long after I crashed into that blue car, and so I didn't want to tell my dad for fear of getting absolutely bollocked, so I decided to just keep it on the DL for a little bit. Here's the big crash. May time? I think it was one of the M's. It was snowing. Me and my friend Sophie were going to go and get food, but then all of a sudden it started snowing and I was like, oh, I still want to go out for food. Oh right, here's some context. I wasn't driving my own car, I was driving my mom's Mini. And this is like a good Mini, it's like a sports one that's like a convertible and stuff. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And she'd put me on the insurance for a day on it, so that, because she'd like done her knee in or something, so she'd put me on the insurance so I could drive her to wherever she needed to go, and then I would have a vehicle to haul around in. So we went up to this place called Man vs Food for some lunch. Then it started really heavily snowing and my mum was like, look, you need to go home, like this is dangerous. And she was like, if you leave right now, she'll tell you a different story if you ever ask her, but because she'll say that she forbid me from going out in the car, but she'd actually said yes I could, provided that if it started snowing I left. So it started snowing, so we left. This is an odd position. We were heading back, going down this massive bank, and I know a way that's like a bendy road, but it wasn't as busy, like people weren't going down that way, so I was like, oh well, I'd rather go down this bendy road than go down this really busy road where there's lots of cars and there's more things that I could crash into in the snow. All of a sudden, the guy in front of us starts to skid. I was like, if I crash into him, then it's going to be more damage than if I try and get into somebody's driveway. That was my mindset. I was like, if I quickly turn now, like this, and try, and because we were going down like a wiggly bank like that, and I was like, if I try and do that and get into someone's, because we were driving past houses, I was like, if I get into someone's driveway, then that'll stop the car from skidding. Because as soon as he started skidding, I put the brake on, which was like the stupidest bitch thing I could have done, but whatever. You panic in the snow. And so I tried getting into someone's driveway, and instead of getting into someone's driveway, I was so close to hitting a lamppost. I hit the corner of someone's fence. The guy in the red car effed off. I was like, mate, you practically caused this. So that guy was practically the one to blame, not gonna lie. It was like 3:30 and my insurance on the car ran out at 4. So I crashed like if I was gonna crash, I crashed just in the nick of time. Let's be for real. So, I get out of the car, have a panic attack in the snow. There seems to be like a trend going, but when I crash cars, I just sit on the floor and cry and have a panic attack, and it's great fun. Literally, as we were about to crash as well, Sophie was going, "It's gonna be okay, don't worry, we'll be fine," because we knew what was about to happen. Like, there was no turning back. The guy whose fence it was out trying to clear snow. And he was like, "Oh my god, like, are you okay?" And then clearly I was like crying and spluttering and having a panic attack, and it was not good fun. And so he was like, "Oh my god, don't worry about it, it'll be chill, ring your mum." And so I rang my mum and I was like, "Mum, you can have all my investments." Like, I was like, "You can have all my money, I'm sorry." And she's like, "Jesus Christ, what have you done?" And I was like, "I've crashed." So yeah, she was pissed, because obviously it was a car, but she was more happy that we were safe. And then someone who was down the street rang the police, and I was like, "Oh shit, the police." So the police arrived. Oh. Wait. So I pretty much, the police lady was like, "Oh, you know, as long as you saw everything out between each other, you can just go home." And I was like, "Oh, sound, whatevs." But then I was like, "Oh, just as an FYI, my car insurance ran out like 20 minutes ago. Like, what do I do, Louise?" Like, she was like, "You know what, I won't tell if you won't tell." I was like, "Oh, babes." Because I only lived around the corner from literally where I crashed. Like, 5 more minutes and I would have been freaking home and I wouldn't have crashed. And I was so delirious from the crash that I winked at her. I winked at the policewoman. Like, who am I? Hope you enjoyed those wee stories. So yeah, I'm editing the New York video. Clearly I've already been there because I'm wearing this. Oh, as an FYI with this shirt, right? I saw it in the Yankees store. I was like, "Oh my god, this shirt's amazing. Like, I love the design of it." And literally, I don't even know why. It's like, literally, I absolutely adore this shirt more than anything that I actually bought in New York. And it's like, I can't even wear it outside the house. But I was like, "Oh, look, this shirt, it's so amazing." So I went and asked somebody. I was like, "Oh my god, do you have this shirt in anything smaller than, you know, a gazillion XL, so I can wear it not as a dress?" And they were like, "No, so I just had to get it in like this ginormous size. So it's like a sleep shirt, but it's like dead cozy and I absolutely love it. So, you know, sorry I look like shit in this video. Sometimes that's just what you get when a chair arrives at your door and you decide to put it up chatting to a camera. Subscribe down below if you fancy it. Give us a like if you didn't mind. So yeah, bye. Well.